Good morning, Staples. Today is May 8th. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Brad.
AP tests have started. Giles went to see Mr. Farnan to check on anything we may need to know about. Here's Giles.
Good morning. With AP tests coming up, we decided to find out some more information from Mr. Farnan for underclassmen that are curious. Hi, Mr. Farnan. I'm Giles, and I have a couple of questions about AP testing.
Good morning, Giles. Thanks for coming in. Advanced placement testing begins on Monday, May 7th, which is right around the corner, and it runs through Friday, May 18th.
What grades are allowed to take AP testing?
Students really, it's not sorted by grade. How it works is that if you're ready and you have the necessary prerequisites and the academic background and training, the decision is really ultimately yours with your parents and your guidance counselor if you're ready to take an AP test.
So how do all the students know what classroom to go to and what time they're taking the test?
Mrs. Sider puts together a schedule for the AP tests, and that schedule is located outside the assistant principal's door and is also online on the website, Staples High School website, and students can stop down. Tests technically start at 8 o'clock, but it is imperative that you're there 30 minutes before because it takes approximately 30 minutes to complete the pre-registration process, and if you have a 12 o'clock test, you need to be there by 11:30.
Why exactly would one take the test?
There are many reasons why you want to sit for the test. Number one, it's the culmination of a lot of hard work that you put in over the course of the year. And that assessment really measures your performance to date in that class, and it's a culminating assessment. Number two is that many universities, 2-year and 4-year, will offer college credit and or advanced placement for successful completion of the assessment, and they usually characterize that as scoring a 3 or higher.
Thank you so much for your time and all this useful information.
My pleasure, Giles. Thanks for coming in, and good luck to all of our students that will be sitting for AP exams. Enjoy, relax, and again, you'll find that schedule outside the assistant principal's office. If you have any questions, you can stop in and see me, Mrs. Sider, and or we're going to have that schedule posted online as well. You can go to Staples website. Thanks and have a great day.
So there you have it, underclassmen. And to those who are actually taking the AP test, study hard and good luck.
Next up, the first thing many people see when they arrive each morning is the smiling face of Patty McCon.
Erin found out more about what Patty's day is like. Here's her report.
Hi, my name's Erin, and this week my group and I interviewed Patty to see what it's like to work at Staples. First question, what's your favorite thing about working at Staples?
Just interacting with the students and having fun with them and getting to know them and pressing that button. No, I'm just kidding, that's not it.
What's one interesting fact about working at Staples?
All of these notes and the calls are individually done. Everybody, one by one, period by period, time frames, everything. It's like tedious, but it gets done.
What can students do to make your life easier?
Get to school on time. That's it. It's so easy. Yeah, basically that's it. It would make it easier, and just stay in school. 7:30 to 2:15.
Tell us about the sign-in sheet.
The funny thing is that when you sign in and this, each grade signs in on their own clipboard, the freshmen, they come on time, stay in school because they're almost afraid to leave, most of them. They're still getting used to the whole system. And then the seniors, pages of them coming and going. They're done. They're done with class and school because they've gotten into colleges or internships and stuff, so they're ready to go, but they come and go all the time.
Can you tell us about the bags that are always next to your desk?
Well, I'm not responsible, and that's one thing I want to make sure that everybody knows, and I don't have responsibility for stuff that's over there because if it gets taken, it's not, because I don't know, kids come and they just take it, and half the time, some of the times I don't see it happen, so etiquette, take what's yours and only yours.
Thanks, Patty. Now back to the host.
Thanks, Erin. One of the things that is very close to Patty's heart is the Best Buddy Club.
They have one of their major events this school year happening this Saturday. Here's Michael to fill you in on the details.
Hey, I'm Mike Kazi. I'm going to tell you about the Best Buddies Ball. The Best Buddies Ball is going to be coming to Bedford Middle School May 12th from 6 to 9 p.m. And I'm going to tell you what's going to be at the party. There's going to be dancing, games, bingo, there's Team Connecticut. So several other Best Buddies chapters from other high schools in Connecticut, and this is the invitation for the Best Buddies Ball. So, come to the Best Buddies Ball May 12th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Bedford Middle School. Thanks. Peace out. Now back to the host.
Thanks, Michael. We hope everyone going to the Best Buddies Ball has a great time.
We hope to have a report on how it went on next week's show.
The Day of Silence is coming up at the end of the week.
Also, there are sign-ups for volunteering happening during lunch.
Allie Polak and other members of the Gay Straight Alliance put together this next video to fill you in on the details.
Hi, so my name is Allie Pollock and I'm the president of the Gay Straight Alliance at our school, Staples. The National Day of Silence is a day to call action in which students across the country vow to take a form of silence to call attention to the silencing effect of anti-LGBT bullying and harassment in schools. It happens very often in Staples, and we need to spread the word to share how this really needs to stop. Staples High School has been carrying out this tradition and remaining silent for one day, then breaking the silence by screaming at 2:15 in the courtyard, right after school. Since there's no school on the actual Day of Silence, which was back on April 20th, myself and the rest of the Staples GSA, including Mr. Gray, our club advisor, has decided to do the Day of Silence on a different date, which is, and I'll keep saying this, May 11th, which is a Friday. So please join the movement. Please join our Facebook event and you can get further information there. There is probably flyers around the school right now, and on, as you heard before, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, please come and sign up. When you sign up, you will get a piece of duct tape that has a string on it, and you put it around your face, like this. Mine just broke, but you can wear it around the school, or you can choose not to and just remain silent the entire day. And you will also receive this little sheet of paper that says, "Please excuse me from class 5 minutes early today so that I can break the silence in the courtyard at 2:15. And this is just a little excerpt on what the Day of Silence is. So, and if you choose to do the Day of Silence, you cannot get out of any presentations or anything your teacher asks you to do. This is only like social parts. So please sign up in the cafeteria, come to the bake sale, and if you choose not to do this, please do not harass any of the people who are choosing to remain silent.
To support the Day of Silence and the GSA, we'll be having a bake sale on Wednesday, May 9th after school.
Come and do the Day of Silence on May 11th, and you can sign up in the cafeteria during lunch on the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday beforehand.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Allie.
There are a number of teachers here at Staples that were also students at Staples.
Nick decided to track down some of them and talk to them about the changes that have taken place over the years.
Here's what they found out.
Staples is a great school, so it doesn't surprise me that many former students came back as teachers. Here are some interviews that my group and I took with them.
It was awesome. You guys missed it. Open campus, courtyards all over the place. It was pretty cool. There was a lot going on politically, young faculty. It was just a great time to be a student.
Why did you decide to come back to Staples?
I really hadn't planned on it, but I ended up in Westport for a job. Started coaching, and it's a great way to stay involved and sort of give something back. And I think Staples students are fantastic. Just a great group of people.
I mean, for the most part, there's still a lot about Staples that hasn't changed too much since I've been here. One thing that is obvious is just the way the school looks. We had just started to move into the new building my senior year, so there's been a lot of changes that way. But I think Staples is still pretty much the same type of atmosphere. A lot of my teachers are still teaching here, and you know, it's still a very competitive athletic school.
What was it like working with the people who taught you here?
It's definitely been an interesting transition. I think it's made it really easy. They were very welcoming to me in my first couple years, which has made it a lot easier to start teaching. But I think it's kind of funny too to see the other side of things and see it from a teacher's point of view instead of a student's.
What made you want to come back as a teacher at Staples?
Well, really, that wasn't the plan. My plan was to be teaching someplace else. I graduated from Staples, and it was the summer of when I just graduated from undergraduate school, and a principal here in Westport knew where I was working and came out and recruited me, basically to take this job that was open in Westport. You sort of you never forget who gave you a chance, and I will never forget this guy. His name was Irv Pike. He was an elementary school principal at Hills Point. And basically, he recruited me. I took the job, and it was the best thing that ever happened.
Hopefully this piece has inspired some of you to come back to Staples as teachers. Now back to you.
Thanks, Nick.
Besides the coaches he talked to, we also know that Miss Krebsky, Laddie, Coach Owens, and Mr. Rexford all graduated from Staples.
Maybe there are even some others that we don't know about.
And, just as Nick said, maybe one of you that is sitting in class watching the show will be teaching here sometime in the future.
Now here's Sam with some sports.
Thanks, guys. We want to give you an update on how our teams are doing so far this spring. As of this taping, our baseball team is 12-2 and ranked number 2 in the FCIAC and 3rd in the state. The team has home games against Trumbull and Greenwich on Wednesday and Friday. The game Friday is really big as Greenwich is presently undefeated and ranked 1st in both the FCIAC and the state. Our softball team trounced Wilton and then had a tough loss against highly rated West Hill. They have 3 away games this week. Our boys lacrosse team had a tough loss Saturday after 2 straight wins. Their last home game of the season is this Thursday against McMahon at Wakeman. Our girls lacrosse team plays away this week. They had a tough 1-goal loss last Friday against undefeated Greenwich. The girls are 10-3 and ranked 5th in the state. Boys tennis has home matches on Tuesday and Thursday this week. They are 13-1 on the year. The girls will be away this week. They are 8-2 and ranked highly in both the FCIACs and the states. Last, but certainly not least, our boys volleyball team is undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state. They'll be taking on New Canaan in the gym on Wednesday. If you can, why don't you take a game or two this week? Now back to Hannah and Brad.
Thanks, Sam.
On Thursday's show, Elliot asked Kate out to prom.
Speaking of prom and high school senior memories, I know it would be a great memory if Kate Schlater decided to go to prom with me.
We are pleased to report that Kate said yes. But as you see in this next video, it's not easy to get a date to prom.
Man, I'm really nervous, but today's the day. I gotta do it. Heart's racing. Sweating a lot too. Never really asked a girl that before. Hey, what's going on? Hey, Patty.
Hi.
I had a question. What? Would you like to go to prom with me?
I can't. I'm honored, Timmy. I'm really, really honored, but I can't.
All right,
my husband would flip out.
I got you flowers. My mom's a florist, so I got her. She can hook it up.
I'm honored, but I can't. And it's just wrong. I work here.
Please?
No.
Okay. Miss Adams, would you like to go to prom with me?
Which prom would that be?
Junior prom.
Junior prom. Well, Mrs. Addix is not going to the junior prom this year. Mrs. Addix is going to the senior prom.
Then could you go to the senior prom with me?
No, you can't go to the senior prom because you're not a senior.
Man, nobody wants to go to prom with me. What am I going to do? Hey, you, miss, will you please go to prom with me? Thank you. Yes.
I guess congratulations.
Well, that's really it for today.
The Period 2 class will be back on Thursday.
Bye.